Clap on. Clap
Down
on
to
the
one.
clapper.
One digit.
No, well, you have 9 digits.
We could go back.
We could.
Episodes.
Yeah.
Back to our original Would You Rather Have.
How do you feel about not having a hand?
I do. I have a legitimate thing about that.
All right, good.
Okay.
Good evening.
What's up? Welcome to the More Taco Encounter. We're glad to have you guys with us today. It's been a minute since we have gathered as a crew. We've had a lot of chaos and whatnot going on. What's been up with you guys? What's new in the hood?
We were just discussing off air college visits. I'm really enjoying them. I don't want to see my daughter go. I'm going to be broken. So you're just going to see me on set crying.
Is it going to be the slow Michael Jordan tier?
The meme, it's probably going to be worse than that.
The crying Jordan.
It really is going to be bad. You guys are going to have to console me. So that's really it. We've been spending a lot of time doing that, spring break, and doing that, and looking forward to the next endeavors.
Yeah.
Next chapter in life, if you will. I'm excited for my daughter. Not excited for my feelings.
Right. Yeah. There's definitely that like fine line. Like you
Yeah.
want to make sure you're there to be supportive and not be all Debbie Downer because you know it's a cool moment for them. But
Yeah.
deep inside, you're upset for sure.
Yeah. The good thing is, I mean, she says she wants to stay in driving distance. So she wants to keep it 5 hours or under, which I can handle. So that way I can get an apartment 2.5 hours away, and we're good. So she understands.
How much does she interact with you on a day? How much does your teenager interact with you on a daily basis?
It depends on the situation. Because she and I are close enough to where if it's just her and I, we can talk about anything. She's comfortable, boys, whatnot. There are certain boundaries I won't cross because I don't want her to have to feel like she has to explain to her dad. Because being a female, there are certain topics that are sensitive.
I don't know what those are.
So
Anyway.
are we close for a dad and daughter? Yes.
How many minutes a day? I'm serious. How, like on
does
an average?
Does text messaging count?
Yes, it does.
Because that's communication.
In my opinion, yes, it does. Give it, but like
Especially in 2024.
each text may only be worth like a minute. Like you'll have a conversation that stops and then continues later in the day. Just give a rough estimate of how much you and your teenager interact.
Quality time, probably an hour. Quality time.
That's legit.
And
A day?
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying.
That's legit.
I would between text, conversation, me checking up on her, because she's working. So sometimes she'll get home, and I look forward to this moment. And I'm going to be sappy dad right now. She'll come home from work at like 9:30 at night, and I'll time it, and I'll leave the front door unlocked. Then I'll be just pulling something out of a microwave or the air fryer, and like, I made wings. Would you like some?
Yeah.
But I made them for her.
Mhm.
You know, like just dad things like that.
Yeah, that's cool.
And she'll be like, oh, and talk about work, and then her friend will call halfway through, and
Man, it's over.
then I'll be like, she'll be like, can I go? I'm like, so, but that.
Accumulative hours, really, really good though.
We make it a point still to have dinner together.
Mhm.
So those moments, they really count now. We have a lot of trips planned this summer. So, I mean, we're trying to make it count. Put it that way.
That's great.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's huge.
Mhm.
I get on average about 5 minutes of quality time
With
my
each
son.
with each
No,
child. Oh, I was gonna.
with the teenager.
Okay.
With the teenager.
I think that
on a daily
changes,
basis.
though.
And I'm giving it an average. There are some days we get none. And then there are days where we'll have a good 20, 30-minute conversation. But an hour, that's like great.
Yeah.
Especially like, now granted, your teenager is a little bit older, a little bit more mature. Mine is like peak horrible teenager.
Yeah. That's
a rough time.
You're on the front end of the bell curve.
Yeah.
You're on the bottom end
Yeah.
of the bell curve. I'm kind of at the crest of that bell curve.
Yeah, and it does come around because I think she realizes that she's leaving home. So I've seen her like right now. This weekend is your daughter's birthday party. And my daughters wanted to go out and go shopping for her alone, for her gift. So they're using that quality time together. That means a lot to me.
Yeah, that's awesome.
My daughter was like, hey, I want to take her to go get it. You know, I got them pizza, stuff like that. And they're probably at Target.
But that's great.
But it's little things like that because she knows it's going to be gone soon. So the fact that that's in her mind, at least we're doing okay there. I guess?
That's really, really mature, and not all kids have perspective.
No.
You know, for all of our younger viewers, having perspective and realizing, I think we all as adults would be like, you really when you cannonball into adulthood, which the collegiate experience is, or the leaving high school into the work experience is, whatever you're doing post high school, you're in adulthood and you don't really get a choice. You cannonball in, and your first 4 to 8 years, you're just figuring stuff out. And you're just you're winging it.
Mm-hmm.
You're realizing how to pay bill. You're doing all these things that you've kind of tinkered with as a child, but not really. Now you're an adult and you're figuring this stuff out. And it's like anything that they can grip onto before that is that's a huge stride.
Small
huge
victories.
Stride.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Agreed.
that's cool. So college visits. How about you?
What about
Joe?
you,
What's
Joe?
been up?
Well, I see that. I see
show
that.
them. Show them what's up. Hello.
Yeah.
Were you
had
fighting an animal?
shark bite. It was a shark.
Or
Or-
a
It
gator.
was a gator.
That's
Joe
what I was
did
expecting.
not outrun the gator.
No,
He
like
lost.
like he thought he would.
He lost, and now he has no hands,
Well,
only legs.
I'm kind of like Chubbs, where he may have got my hand, but I got that sucker's eye.
I'll get his head for you.
Yeah, so we'll figure that out. But yeah, I've had quite a couple weeks here. For those of you see the background, looks cool. Right? It's a cool bar setting. Thursday, the entire bar flooded, basement flooded, which is where we're at.
Our foreground looks a lot different.
Yeah,
you see nothing different.
Yeah.
We see everything.
This
different.
does not
There's
look
still water.
good. Yeah. We got Jean swimming right now.
Yeah.
I got Jean doing the backstroke across the basement floor
In
right
his
now.
speedo.
Clicking
Super awesome.
In his
Super
Speedo.
awesome.
Yeah, his
Yeah.
SpongeBob Speedo.
Patrick on the ass.
Yeah. Squidward on the front.
Welcome back to the More Taco Encounter.
Oh, yeah.
We got 5 minutes in. We got
Shit.
5 minutes in.
So, yeah, there's that. I had a little hand procedure that was super fun. You know, the hand procedure was, so it was just a cyst, right? I just got a cyst removed on my hand. Nothing crazy. Super small. Didn't think it was going to be a big deal. It was a big deal. Not to me, but to the hospital doctor guy. I had to put a gown on. I had a heart monitor. It took my blood pressure. I had to wear this net thing over my head so I couldn't watch. I thought they were going to chop my damn hand off instead of removing this tiny little cyst in my hand. So
Did you get to see the cyst afterwards?
I-
Because that was
in-
one of my
I saw
favorite
it
things
in
from
my
my
hand.
head.
he showed it to me while
Oh,
I was
yeah,
still
one of
on
your
my
had too?
hand.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
Did you touch it?
Sterile. Scalpel.
No. Oh,
Yeah,
but I
it's
mean,
sterile.
afterwards.
No, I didn't see it, but it was huge. It was like a pea-sized cyst in my hand. So
And that was right underneath your index finger, correct?
yeah,
Like
right,
right
here.
here.
Yeah. So
That's an inconvenient spot.
yeah. Lifting has been fun. It's been still be able to get it in, do some work
Lifting.
in there.
Lifting.
Yeah. I'll keep my comment there. But yeah, I mean that's been going on. Work's been a disaster, so that's always super fun. It's been a really shitty week. Like just Thursday to last Thursday. This is a week ago.
Yeah.
To today has been next level crap.
But I think yesterday when we stopped, we detoured,
we did.
and I think that brought it.
It did.
It was pretty solid.
I needed that for sure.
Yeah.
for sure.
so
So
it brought it back together, grounded you a little bit.
yeah,
That ended that bad week.
yeah, it did.
Yeah.
And starting a new day today,
Yeah.
getting us rolling. So we went out to PJ's yesterday.
PJ's is awesome.
We did like a quick impromptu little get together, and
What is PJ's? I don't know.
You've been there with
You've been
us. PJ's Courthouse.
in Sycamore.
Yeah.
Shout out PJ's Courthouse in
Yeah.
Sycamore.
Yes, I
With
have
the
been
mules?
there. I have been.
Yeah,
there.
yeah,
yes,
yeah.
yes.
So
Um,
we found this out yesterday.
Yeah, so we go there and we sit at the bar, and it's like it's 250
Mystery beers.
mystery beers.
Yes.
So we're like,
He
well,
decides.
yeah, I'm like, I thought it was like one specific beer that like they had on tap that was like you just surprise you.
yeah.
No, it's a different beer every time that you
Get
order.
handed one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this dude crushed it. And yeah, so we got to go and go through that. So that was awesome.
It was right in your price range, dude. I
Yeah.
mean, our tab, we
like
ate and we drank. It was like $50.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, it was awesome.
super awesome.
That is
Awesome.
that
He's
is
a whiz on the drinks,
Dude,
too.
he was crushing this. It was the same guy we had last time, that bigger fella.
Okay.
Redbeard? I'm going to call him Redbeard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a
So-
great. He should be named Redbeard. If he's not, now
He has a
That's-
pirate name.
That's his name
Redbeard.
now.
Redbeard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Totally.
So he ended up giving us his first beer. It like he paired him up so well. Like I got a gumball head.
They were themed.
Yeah, they were like themed beers. So the first one he gave was a Matter Daddy.
Matter Daddy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was fire.
You ever had one, dude? There.
It was
I know
good.
you don't drink beer, but have you ever had one?
No.
No.
Is it harder than a juice box? For all of our viewers out there, you notice probably by the eclectic selection that the gentlemen have versus what I do. I go foo-foo-fa-chew.
Yeah.
I drink light beer at most.
You probably
I can't do IPAs. I can't do dark stuff.
You have to ask him.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to go back and ask him.
So I would, if we were at like Cooper's Hawk, I'd be like, I need the sweet list.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sweet
It might be on there.
Yeah.
Maybe
Matter Daddy.
Yeah.
I just like the name of it.
you do.
I'm willing to flex for some names. It's a
Yeah.
good name.
Could you imagine like asking a waitress like,
Does it matter, Daddy?
He's
yes.
on to you.
Yes, it does matter.
"Fucking A, Eric again? Damn it, man!
You worked that one. I
That-
try to help.
we
I try
tried.
to assist on that one.
You were supposed to say
Wait. What's the matter, Daddy?
nothing. What's wrong with you, Matter Dad? What's wrong with you?
Wow. See, you ruined
Yeah,
that
fucking
too.
crazy.
See, now you got
I'm supposed to
upset,
say,
bro. 0 for 2.
yeah. What's the matter? What's the matter, Daddy?
What's the matter,
And
Daddy?
I say nothing. What's
the matter
up with
with
you, Daddy? But you didn't.
Damn.
We got close that time.
We did get close.
Y-
That was.
You guys were leading me down the yellow brick road, and the house just fell on me.
I
Yeah,
know.
you
just-
detoured.
I kept
Splat.
saying, I'm
The
like,
house
well, like,
just
you have to
fell right
ask
on
for
me.
it. You
I
have
almost
to
like
ask
yeah.
for
I
it.
almost jumped into it just for the sake of it. But all that was true besides the matter, Daddy.
Yeah.
all
the Matter
that
Dad was all
250
bullshit.
beers. He
Yeah.
themed them up. Whether it was colors, states,
So
whatever.
there is no beer called Matter Daddy.
No,
I still haven't figured that
but
out.
we're gonna make.
just now. I
Yeah,
figured
that was not
out.
a thing.
Okay,
Yeah, we lost.
cool.
Yeah. Oh, that was close.
But-
Amazing.
still.
you almost had me.
I was close.
But still,
I am
Thursdays.
as gullible as it comes.
No, you've been on.
You've
it,
been
though.
really good. We're 0 for 2.
Fuck.
Yeah.
That's all right,
But,
though.
but yes, 250 mystery beer. Now.
yeah, it was fun.
it was worth
That
it.
sounds good.
Yeah.
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 So yeah, that kind of like had such a There's a lot more to it.
It was a
it got,
positive.
got like my
bounce.
mind like off of like everything that was like going on for the last couple days. And then of course we get down we get down the rabbit hole of conspiracies and we got into it.
We did.
Um,
Not like into like arguing.
No,
arguing,
yeah.
but
no,
like,
yeah,
we
yeah.
went down the rabbit hole.
Yeah, we were,
And then
we were
into the
in it.
black hole, and then into the different galaxies. And we were
Yeah.
just everywhere.
So yeah, it was a cool little day. Just like
We just ran.
Yeah,
we ran away from our families.
get my shit together.
Yeah. I was like, dude, you need to regroup. It was one of those, like you have a bro day, like you've been having a rough day. What are you doing right now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's go get a beer.
Yes.
And I had my 5:30 cancel. My 5:30
Yeah.
client canceled.
Yeah.
It worked out perfect.
Yeah.
Literally at like 4:45.
Like,
so,
And it was more of a straighten your shit out. We're recording tomorrow.
Hmm.
Yeah. We need you clear headed.
yeah, I need to be on my A game.
Well, you missed.
Yeah,
It didn't
I
work.
was close though.
Yeah, we actually talked
That
about
was
that. We
close.
planned that yesterday.
We did. We had this all set up. It's all right though.
Okay. What else you got though? Didn't you have more? Like you had a lot of events.
Yeah, I'm trying to think what else. Do we have anything else going
Mm,
on? I mean, now that the basement's open, we might transition my gym from the garage to the basement.
Yeah.
That's a big deal. That'll be an encounter. We'll record it. We're taking volunteers to come and hang out and help because it's
Yes.
a task.
It is a task.
It's not just
Stuff is
like
heavy.
a bench press and a
I don't even
barbell.
know if the height of the ceiling is going to work.
I
on
know.
some of the stuff.
It's gonna be very tight.
I think you measure before we do that. Measure twice, cut once.
Yeah,
Because if we get it all down here,
right.
and I got to bring it all back up.
No.
No.
I'm quitting mid job.
Yeah, I know. That's what.
I quit on your wife today on Fridays.
Yeah,
Yeah, I quit Fridays.
that's true.
I quit before we even start.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't think it's the greatest call in the world.
to move
That's
it.
just my 2 cents.
I
Yep,
like
that's
his
my
setup.
2 cents.
I like his. I like.
I know
his
it's
setup.
a
I agree with you.
it's definitely like what do you got, like a Venn diagram?
You've spent
Is that what those are called?
all this investment. It's like you've been thrown a wrench, you've been thrown an obstacle, and
All right.
his garage looks fantastic. You know what I'm saying? You have all this, you have this investment in what you've done, and to see it all disappear
Yeah,
because I don't know.
I know.
I agree
I-
with Eric. You put so much time and effort into the setup as far as like the painting. Yes.
painting,
The walls.
everything.
You even drywalled it.
Dude,
Oh, yeah. It's fully finished. garage.
it's
Heaters.
it's now becoming, and it's always an evolution, but it's at past the 90th percentile
Yeah.
of what you always wanted it to be.
Right.
So now
Don't
you're
quit.
gonna crap on it.
Don't
I don't, as your friend, I don't want to see that happen
I know.
to you and your investment.
I know. It's
And as your most frequent member,
yeah, it's
he
not
likes it better
Yes,
upstairs.
I need to
Yeah.
renew my membership. Let's
It's,
put it that way.
it's like it's cool because like I have a couple weeks out to even like make the decision because of my hand. Like I can't
Mhm.
move anything.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, I could let you guys just do it and watch, and I can be the recorder, but that's not fair for
Mm.
anyone. So it's a couple weeks out. We'll figure it out. And
or how about
we'll
we
go
just
from there.
rearrange and record that?
We could do that too.
If you're looking for rearranging, then yeah,
Yeah.
like if you're bored,
Yeah.
just rearrange.
Yeah, which I do.
Yeah.
I was always the kid. Me and my buddy Zach were always the kids growing up that we constantly rearranged our rooms. You guys ever do that?
My mom rearranges everything every day.
Yeah.
So
I get
That's
like sick
that's
of
her
stuff.
form of cleaning. Do your families do that?
Well,
I do.
what you're referencing, my mom was the readjuster. My wife is the readjuster. I'm the guy who's like, isn't this great? Don't you freaking touch it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm a creature of habit. I could do the same thing over and over and over and over and over again.
I agree with you on that.
Yeah. I get.
Sometimes I like to switch the side of the couch I sit on.
Oh, that's aggressive.
I know.
This
Dude.
guy.
Sometimes.
Dude, I'm
Got a
like
rebel over here.
I know.
I'm like the Sheldon Cooper. Like Asher is sitting in my seat, and I'm like, get out,
Yeah.
kid.
You're done.
Actually,
Bye.
my wife would do that because my youngest will mess with me because there's a chair that I sit in. And they're like, "Oh, that's Daddy's chair." I'm like,
Yeah.
anybody can sit there."
Yeah. Except
And
when
then
I want
and then when I get up, my daughter runs over, so I'll just steal her seat. And
Yeah.
my wife would be like, "Get up." I'm
That's
like,
so funny.
it doesn't bother me. But anyway, how was your
Yeah. What do you got going on, my man?
how was your month?
Man.
Like, I feel like it's been a month, dude.
It's been.
You look tired.
Yeah, I'm tired. I'm old.
I'm
I wasn't
old.
getting at that, but
So this is a segue into the entirety of what I'm going through right now. My wife and I, we got up, we looked in the mirror this morning, just casual conversation. I'm like, I'm getting some legitimate gray hairs on the sides. My hair is long, like you said. I need to get it cut, but we got a wedding coming up in May, so
You
I'm
have hair.
procrastinating it.
you have hair, so
Yeah.
just cherish
Take
it.
That is true.
Yeah, because we don't have
But
Yeah.
I'm
Anyway,
going to be a silver
proceed.
fox pretty soon because I feel the grays growing here.
Mhm.
it.
and
Does that
then-
scare you, or does it feel weird? Like,
in total objectivity, the unknown scares me.
okay,
I'm so you guys know I'm petrified of heights, petrified.
hmm
Even though I'm strong in my faith, I'm afraid of the concept of death just because I
Yeah.
don't know what that unknown thing looks like.
Yeah.
okay.
But I'm afraid of heights because of the unknown beneath me. Do you know what I'm saying?
Like, are you gonna feel it? Are you?
Yeah,
gonna,
like am I
there's a
gonna
lot. I can see that.
explode? I don't know.
Oh, so
So
you watch
anyway-
The Boys?
So
Yeah,
yes.
right,
So
right.
anyway, like I think for me, I am the person who has never, and I'm sure a lot of people experience this, but I've never been able to picture myself old. I have never been able to, like, I didn't know what it was going to be like to be a dad or be a husband before those things even happened, but I couldn't picture it. Like, I couldn't picture, I guess I could kind of picture what I was going to be like being a dad or a husband, but like, I don't know what I will be like elderly. Like, I can't imagine myself living past like 70. So like I know that's a metaphorical cutoff in my head or something like that. I just don't know what it looks like when my body's breaking down. Now that my body is legitimately breaking down and I'm in my 40s, I'm like, this sucks. So yeah, the gray hairs are coming. On Wednesday, I was legitimately I thought I was going to have like vertigo or something like that. I left work. I was I don't know if I had an anxiety attack, panic attack, something like that. One of my buddies has been going through the same thing, but very different. So because he's been going through it and he actually went into the hospital. You guys know, JR, I'll bring him up.
Oh,
off-
yeah.
off
Yeah.
screen. So I like haven't been really talking about it. Only like Liz knew about it, but I was like, I would stand up and I felt dizzy.
Mhm.
So I was worried it was about my heart and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
Of course, there's
But
worries,
my
there's
pulse
unknowns.
was fine. Liz is like, you might have low blood pressure. So I started chugging water and eating. Like I was just all over the place. And getting old sucks. And it's just devastating.
Yeah.
So I hate losing, and I'm going to add to that. I hate losing. Betty White's not beating me. I'm hitting 100.
Yeah.
I'm not losing.
That's amazing. And so I guess this brings up a legitimate question. We don't need to get into too much depth of it. What limit do you have in terms of like your balance of quality of life and time? Because time has this huge value, especially when you're talking about kids, grandkids, potentially even seeing great grandkids. And then there's quality of life that is hot mess garbage. Where for you guys, where does that go? Like if you knew you could live 65 crushed years, and that 65th year you went on the top of your game, or you live till you're 85, but your last 30 years suck and you are sick and you're carrying debilitating thing. You know,
Yeah.
it's an interesting
Yeah.
question.
Yeah.
What are your guys' thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, I would definitely. I mean, I think there's like even. I'll answer you. So I would, if that's the case, if I go 85 and from 50 to 80, I'm in rough shape, right?
Mhm.
Maybe going through it. I'd rather just let's end it. Let's wrap this puppy up
Mhm.
and let's move on. If you can't enjoy your life, like what kind of life is it?
100%.
Kind of thing. So like I would definitely want to be out at that point, but like for me, it's like I want longevity,
Mhm.
right? I think it's probably why I like part of my workout, like why I work out so much. I'm a like, for example, everyone in my family seems to have like high blood pressure, right? My mom, my dad did, my brother, my sisters, they have high blood pressure. I don't. I'm like everything that they have, I don't have. So it's like in my mind, is it just like genetically, I just got lucky because there's a 13-year difference between me and my sister. So like maybe everything changed a little bit and I got lucky. Is it my lifestyle? Like I live a pretty healthy lifestyle. Like I cheat, right? I drink. I live that 80-20 lifestyle for myself. But like, is that lifestyle what is making me stay away from those things? Right? Like, I don't know. I feel really good at 37 years old.
That's awesome.
I feel better at 37 than I did at 25. I just do.
I want to ask him a hard question if you don't mind.
Oh,
No, go ahead.
Do it.
Please do,
Fucking
because
do
I'm
it.
sure you've heard this before. So you work out, let's estimate. Let's even simplify.
23 hours a
And-
day.
Joe nears that level.
sometimes.
But you probably work out an hour to an hour and a half a day.
Yeah.
Times however many days, and you've started. When did you start? What year? How old were you when you really committed to the beast?
Ava was probably like when Ava was born.
Okay.
Ish.
So-
I take
so
that
you're-
back. Probably like when she was like 1 or 2.
Okay. So 7-8 years. So you have been crushing this for 7 or 8 years. And yep, and I'm going to do some math stuff.
Shit.
There are people who say
No child left behind.
I'm not one of these people, but there are people who say you have done an excellent job of staying healthy and doing this, and that. But if you multiply all of the time that you spent working out, that's the exact amount of time you've added to your life. So really, you've gained not a single minute. There are actual
Yeah.
legitimate scientists even that believe that. So like hypothetically, you're in a situation, cool. You were going to pass at, I'm just making up a number,
Yeah.
67, and now you live to 83, but those 16 years were all the hours you spent working out.
Yeah.
Across the course of your life or
Yeah.
whatever.
Worth it.
Yeah.
You think about it, right? So
I don't mind it.
were
I don't
those,
mind it.
if I was going to die at 67 and I lived to 83 or whatever you said, are those healthy years?
Yeah.
If so, all those hours spent doing those things and skipping on the fries instead of the salad,
and the
like
daily junk, you're probably just pissing away too. You're not like an hour a day. It's not like you could guarantee, as we just talked about with our teenagers, it's not like you can guarantee that is 1 hour of intentional depth time. If it was,
Right.
you might balance that more. But
Yeah.
probably it's going to be trash.
Yeah.
You're on Netflix or some
Right.
garbage like
Yeah.
that.
yeah, for
So
sure.
then it's time well spent.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of it, right? I have that same fear. Like I'm like, sounds weird. I'm like deathly afraid of dying.
Mhm.
Like it's the
Is
unknown.
that a double negative?
Is it?
No,
I don't know.
no.
I don't know what it is. Either way, like I'm afraid of that. The unknown, that's part of it, right? Like you don't know exactly what's going to happen. You have your beliefs and all that other stuff, and lean on that as much as you want, but you still don't know. And then, like, who am I leaving behind? Right? Like, there's always that, right? Like, I would, like, Kate needs to, like, definitely die before me. Like that's
yeah.
That's a rule.
No,
I made it
for
so
sure.
you can't break it. Like that has to happen.
Mhm.
That has to happen. You know what? I want you to answer this, and this kind of segues.
Well, I want to
into-
talk about that death thing
Go on,
too.
yeah.
So
I
to
have
kind
a
of wrap
segue.
up,
Don't look at me like that.
one of my, I just one of two of my very close friends both lost their mom, and this past weekend I was celebrating one of the moms up in Madison, Wisconsin, where I went to college, and Judy Calvin, fantastic, amazing woman. Shout out to Grant and all my people up there, and Ashley, and we love you, and we're mourning with you, Garth, and Sam, of course, left behind. But Judy was this phenomenal woman. She would always welcome us into our home when we were like young punk college kids. She would welcome us like every Sunday at like, come watch wrestling at the house, and we would watch wrestling. And she'd order the pay-per-views. She'd make this like 4-course meal, and like when you're in your early 20s and you're a college kid and you're living on like ramen bread,
If you're lucky.
it was just, she just always exemplified so much love, and she passed away from cancer. And so there's been a lot of loss with that. So I've been this wrapping your mind around mortality and death thing. And every time I go to a funeral, you have these thoughts. And I don't know if this is where you're kind of go, but I start to think like, dang, what is it going to be? What is it going to look like? Who am I leaving behind? And all these kind of things. And on some level, when we pass, like for me, I believe I'm going to heaven. So sucks for everyone else. Like I'm going to be in paradise, so to speak, with Jesus. So I'm good. But like the people you leave behind, have you left them in a good financial situation? Have you left them? And you look around, and how often is it? I think the three of us might agree on this point. Like I've always said, you guys better party. Like I want you playing loud music. I want there to be delicious food, deep dish pizza. I want everybody laughing and telling jokes about how ugly I was and how I smelled and all. I want it to be laughter and filled with joy. Yeah. And how often is it? Because people do have to grieve. There's also both.
Give me your phone so I could text everybody. Say thanks for coming,
dude. So
good. ING.
See you soon.
See you soon. See you soon.
I'll do it.
Selfie.
I'll do it.
Selfie from the coffin.
Text.
Oh, his eyes open. I'm an asshole.
Text somebody who was mean to me right before I died, and be like T-minus 12 days, and just see what
see you in 12 days.
See you in 12 days.
I'll keep your seat warm.
John and I were talking. Before you guys got here.
Sorry,
no,
dude.
that's good.
And it was about OJ, right? OJ just died, obviously.
Man.
Chloe's dead.
Do you?
Chloe's dead. Oh my god.
Do you think he's on his way out and he's like, "Hey, come here. I did it."
He puts the glove on.
One of my
perfect.
One of my
pulls out the real gloves.
One of my coworkers said that he wrote a book about if I had done it, this is what I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
And it was like if I had done it, it was like verbatim.
Yeah.
But
he's like,
the Goldmans were making all the money from it. The Goldmans and the
Yeah.
Browns were making all the money from it.
They recovered it. They like recovered the book, so it wasn't if I did it. It was I did it, and it was a big.
Oh, really?
And it was a footprint of like a shoe and blood. That was the cover when the Goldmans redid it. His original was like I think him with his glove on. Maybe I don't remember the original cover, but that's what it changed.
He had
but,
the chance to do the funniest thing in human history.
Yeah,
I
missed the boat.
would have asked instead of having my coffin put in a hearse, put me in a Bronco.
Yeah.
Oh my!
And slow drive down the freeway.
Dude. Get the cavalry.
And I want nothing but squad cars behind me, and you do 12 miles per hour to my burial ground. He had the chance to do the funniest shit ever.
Dude,
This
would've
is
done- I
a
would've
really
done it.
dark episode.
I would have
Just
done
everyone-
it. I'm sorry.
That's
I
like-
would have done it.
That's like GOAT territory right there, dude. Like,
But rest in peace. I mean, he's one of the greatest football players of all time.
so good.
So if we're talking about sports, because we're big sports fans, but he could have done some funny shit.
he could have done so much stuff.
So give me your phone.
He could have went on Twitter.
I'm older than all of
I
us here,
did
so
it.
I'm probably
X.
Sorry, X.
X. I'm probably going to
Shout
be the
out,
person
Elon.
that passes. Okay, go now.
Sorry,
that was
we
kind of
we
a,
side railed. That was
a
our bad.
wrap up.
Our
So
bad. I'm
talking
sorry.
about like it kind of just goes like talking about death and the way
It gets
things happen.
worse?
No, this is good. This is good.
Oh, okay.
So have you guys ever heard of the burnt toast theory?
I don't like the
It
restaurant.
sounds familiar,
Oh,
but
it's
I
good.
it
I
don't really
sounds
like it.
familiar, but
Syrup is better.
share with us.
Okay, so
Share
I'm gonna-
with
I'm
us.
gonna
Yeah,
read-
I've never heard
I'm gonna
it.
read it. I'm gonna read it. Don't judge me. I struggle.
Burnt toast theory. Here
Third
we
grade
go.
reading level. So the
Should I
burnt-
give it a voice?
Zoom in, bro, so you can see better.
Burnt toast theory.
Yeah, there you go. It doesn't really fit
That
the
was creepy.
definition. It was a little weird.
Go
All right,
landscape.
So the theory is it's the idea that something as small as burning your toast could actually end up saving your life or allowing something better to happen.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Maybe those 5 minutes you took toasting a new piece of bread saved you from being in a car accident. Or maybe those 5 minutes allowed you to cross paths with an old friend you haven't seen in ages. Whatever the case may be, the burnt toast theory reiterates that everything happens for a reason, and some inconveniences can lead to something bigger
Receive
and
your
better, even if the originating event is as small as burning your toast. So, pretty cool.
Love it.
I actually have an example of this.
Awesome. Share with us.
When the second I saw it, I'm like, oh damn, this is something that actually happened to me. So I was leaving work one day.
I know where
You
you're
probably
going
got
with
one
this.
too.
I know, no, I don't have one.
Oh,
I know
yeah.
where you're going though.
I was leaving work one day, and I walk out of my office. My office was like pretty close to the outside door. Walk out of my office. Walk outside. I'm halfway to our.
I remember this.
Yeah,
The
halfway to my
parking
car.
lot.
Yep, halfway to my car. I'm like, oh shit, forgot my keys. Go back inside, get my keys, get distracted because there's always someone that wants to chat. I'm in there for a couple minutes. I leave, and there's a giant car accident with actually someone from my building at that point. Someone ended up passing away from the incident. Like it was so fresh when I got there that there was still no other even car stopped. I don't even know how I didn't see it. No ambulance, no cop cars. I didn't see a cop car even my way past that, And I'm sitting there thinking to myself when I left, I'm like, oh shit, like that could have been me. If I didn't have to go back in the building to get my keys and that whoever didn't stop me to talk to me for a minute, I could have been in the exact same spot. That could have been me that got in that accident and not that person. Maybe I would have went in front of them out of the parking lot.
Yeah.
I think that happens more than people realize though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because think about all the incidents that happen that you don't know about. I really do think that it's
Mhm.
unrecordable that you don't. There are so many things that could happen.
I think I think people. Now this wasn't a firsthand story myself, but I knew someone who lived. I believe it was in Minneapolis. So many of you may have heard about the Baltimore Bridge collapse when the ship crashed into it or whatever.
That just happened in New York too.
Yeah.
Well, it didn't hit the bridge, but somebody lost the ship lost power in New York.
But in Minnesota, this was so somebody. It was a friend of a friend, and I don't even know if it was their spot. Somebody from Minneapolis, and obviously I knew a lot of people. Wisconsin and Minnesota had reciprocity in college, and so there during that bridge, I think there was like a major bridge collapse in Minnesota, like 15,
I think there was
15, 20 years ago, something like that, and it was very much a burnt toast theory. They had forgotten something at home, and it delayed their trip 2-3 minutes max, just running back into the house, back out to the car. They go over that bridge every single day. They were about 3 or 4 cars back from the bridge collapsing.
How crazy is that?
And they would have been on the bridge as it collapsed and died.
There are some
And
stories.
so like that stuff, that's insane
Yeah.
stuff.
There's some stories with 9/11 where that happened.
100%.
People didn't make it to work. They didn't make it to their business meeting.
yeah.
There's supposedly stories of even affairs, like a lot of things that happened that morning that people just weren't in the buildings at the time. People were just late,
Isn't
or
that
people didn't show
crazy?
for whatever reason.
So interesting. Even the flights that happened on
Yes.
9/11, people who missed
The
flights,
flights,
stuff
and
like
yeah,
that.
United 93, all this stuff. I mean, there was a lot of connection to where just somebody burnt their toast.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
really kind of brings us back. Like everything happens for a reason.
Yeah.
Right. Like
Mhm.
the shitty week that I had.
Maybe there's
Maybe
a
that was the
positive,
reason that happened.
but there's always positive in anything. It's just a matter. We all deal with shit. It's just a matter of your mindset and how
Yeah.
you deal with said shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have a tube stock?
when you touche.
Yeah.
When you face your trauma, have you what have you learned? Like, are you learning coming out the other side? Because like,
I think if you have an open mind, open heart, it's one of those things where, yeah, it's hard in the moment to really like sit back and be like, and not be pissed off.
Mhm.
I'm at a stage in my life where I don't let the smalls get to me anymore. You know,
it's too stressful.
I try to live in the moment, where going back to the saving for retirement, all the whatnot, financial status, being of your family when you leave them. I'm the opposite now. I'm like, you know what? Does that dollar really matter? No, but going to practice with my daughter does. The other day, my daughter and we rode bikes to her practice. You know why? Because she wanted to ride her bike all week. Little things like that.
Yeah.
If I have to give up a couple dollars, or if I have to be inconvenienced, or if I have to do anything for that one moment, maybe that one moment is that moment they talk about after I die, saying, remember that time that dad would come home and just ride bikes, or that time that dad would come home super tired, but went outside and played catch.
Yeah.
Remember that time he was super tired, went outside and just watched me on the trampoline.
It's huge.
Those are the moments of work. So if you're in the right mindset, all those inconveniences, like we were joking today, sitting in traffic for 2 hours for picking up some t-shirt prints. You know what I did? I put on Morgan Wallen and I chilled the whole way home. I was not mad.
Yeah.
No, just listening to music. Cool. I'll get there when I get there. Not going to be in a hurry. It is what it is.
Yeah.
I love it.
You know?
Well, we're thankful for your moments. We're not wasting your life away. Thank you for spending your time with us, and we will do our best to not be the cyst in your hand.
Whoa!
We'll see you next time on the More Taco
He was
Encounter.
sitting on that for like a good 40 minutes.
He wrote that on